Hello, welcome back to Feed the Beast with me, Mrcosmicnite. Okay, we're still playing the test pack Please Ignore from the Reddit guys, and you might notice I'm not at the same place I was in the last episode, and the reason for that was the server we was on had a raid failure, so we couldn't get online. And to be fair, even now I still don't know if we could get online, but it coincided with the server renewal. So Nike had decided that it was time to change servers for one that we could actually use. So here we are. So unfortunately my beautiful biome I was in doesn't exist anymore, so I'm in a dunes biome, so we won't get any rain, so that's nice, and we're quite high. And as you might notice just looking around, I'm messing about with some of this mechanism machineries, and so far I'm quite impressed with it, to be fair. It's quite good. I've got a pulverizer there just to do some things that otherwise wouldn't be possible. I just actually need to rotate this guy around a little bit. Put that on there so you can see the wires light up once the power starts going into it. Oops. But yeah, so what I want to do, I haven't really done too much. We're kind of at the same stage we was at last time. I'm not going oil like I was last time, because there's not quite so much oil in this map, to be fair, so it's not going to be quite as easy to get. So with this mechanism we've got this wind turbine which kicks out 115 RF, which is quite good, and the higher you are the more RF, obviously the more wind. So I've only got one really, and that's the only power generation I've had. And it's quite straightforward to build. Basically, you get some new osmium, 3 ingots there, and in the metallurgic infuser, which is down here. Actually, I think I'm just having a little bit of a reshuffle, but this is that thing. That's reasonably easy to make. You put a bit of redstone and whatnot in it, and you yeah, so you get redstone and iron, and that makes these enriched alloys. And then we've got these energies tablets, and that's a couple of enriched alloys and redstone and gold. It's quite a straightforward recipe actually for such a good renewable energy source, and because it kicks out RF, we can use it with the thermal expansion stuff. So that's good. But so the reason I'm going with mechanism machines instead of thermal expansion is because you can eventually get 5 times ore or metals, say, from each ore. So 1 iron ore will give me 5 iron bars. At the moment, basically, I've got what you'd have with thermal expansion. So this enrichment chamber is basically the pulverizer here, and then you've got the energized smelter here. It's just the furnace. So what I want to do is, just before I get too far, is to at least try and triple my ores, otherwise there's no advantage to using them. So for that, the next thing we need in line, so basically to get 5 times ores, you always end up with, will be this sort of order. So you'll have the energized smelter there, and etc., and that'll work its way along, but we'll get to that as we get the resources. So what we need next is a crusher, which is really straightforward. Couple of buckets of lava, these control circuits, and the steel casing is basically steel and osmium ingots. Now down here, I have made a start on a small sort of steel factory, I suppose. You just basically, the coal goes in there and it all gets piped about. Then the end product's going to come out here with my steel, but I'm just doing it manual at the moment. I haven't got around to finishing that just yet. So let's see if we can make this crusher then. So what do we need? I think we've got pretty much everything we want for that. Here we go, let's put that there. I think that was like that, wasn't it? No. And then the redstone. So the crusher. Good, we get our buckets back, so that's handy. So I was just sort of doing a little layout here. Okay, so what that's going to do, that should get some RF, which it does. So this is very similar to pulverizer. These two are very similar to pulverizers. This pulverizes ores to get dusts, but this one will actually do metals where the other one won't. So unfortunately, where the pulverizer will do both, you have to have two machines if you want to pulverize ores or metals, so into the crusher. But that's fine. That's fine. So next we need enrichment chamber. I'm still getting used to this. No, I think it's the purification chamber and this is a little bit more complicated. So we're just going to make this on camera. So I need. Right. Let's make the 4 circuits to start with, shall we? Might as well. They shouldn't be too bad. So I've got 4 of them. I've got plenty of them enriched alloys. Okay, so that needs an enrichment chamber. So we need 2 more. Right, okay, yep, so 2 more. So I thought I had that, so purification chamber, so that needs the enrichment chamber. So I've never built this before, so we're getting there, So we need 1 of them. So should probably need 2 more of these circuits actually, because we just used 2. Right, these things are quite complicated. We've got 4 of them. Okay, we should have everything we need. Oh, not quite. What we're missing? Right, okay, we need some more of them alloys. So that's good. I can actually show you how this other machine works. Here we go. Here it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place it here for now. That should get power. So to get the redstone, you basically put it in this left-hand slot. Okay, and then that gets turned into a liquid. And then you take your iron. Oh, I won't. So it'll take half a stack. I'm not sure. Oh, basically, yeah. So we'll get 26. Oh, sorry, in that one there. Yeah, we should get 26 enriched alloys from this, which is nice. And you can also get upgrades. So you get speed and energy upgrade. Energy increases your capacity here, and speed obviously increases how quickly it processes. So let's carry on while that's doing. What are we missing? I'm still getting to grips with this. Oh, I need 5. Okay. Okay, should have enough now. Or at least for the. Still need. Okay. I need 1 diamond. Okay, should have enough. We need 2 actually. Okay. Atomic core. Oh, so that's actually been changed to help balance. So that's part of the Tppi, that is. So they have made some recipes harder, which is fine. So we're just waiting for a few more enriched alloys. You need quite a few, so that's why I tend to just throw half a stack in at a time. It's not too bad. And gold dust, iron dust. I think we should have enough. I might need a few more there. I don't know if I stuck any more in there. No. Okay, let's see how many more we can make. Right, okay, we just need a bit more osmium dust, which is there. So we just take 10. Probably just stick it in here. Just make sure we've got eject turned off. We should get double ores from this anyway. Yeah, there we go. So this is very similar setup to thermal expansion. Basically, you've got top, right, bottom, left, front, and back. And it's a little bit more complicated because of the transport system it has. You can assign colours. It's a little bit like Red Power 2 in the way you can assign certain colours to certain things, and that goes to certain chests if it's set up to take that colour. I haven't actually done too much with it, but it does look alright. What did I do with that? I didn't take it. Okay, let's just get them. because that's run out of redstone now actually. Right, so we need quite a bit more actually. I think I might actually be out of redstone. Yeah, I think I might have to just go and mine some very quickly. But we just take a bit more iron. We have some iron there. We'll stick that in there. Right, I'm back in a minute. I'm just going to go and get some redstone, and we'll carry on where we left off. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Got the redstone I needed to make more enriched alloys. So here is the Purification Chamber. Okay. So we just pick this up because you don't need this for a minute. So if we plonk that down. Okay, now this isn't quite as simple as sticking ore in to get what you need out, because the recipes require flint or oxygen to get the clumps of ore. Okay, and you can see here, so you've got tin ore, iron, gravel, or iron, gravel. But they're saying either tin, flint, even sorry, or oxygen. So I haven't got an abundant supply of flint. I think I've got 23, so that's not going to last long if I'm going to start dumping massive amounts of ore in there. So, but we can get around that. We need this thing called an Electrolytic Separator, okay, which is reasonably cheap to make. We should actually have everything we need for that. Okay. So basically, it's a machine that uses the process of electrolysis to split apart a certain gas into two different gases. Right. So if we take this, plonk this here. Basically, if we look at the recipes, you've got two recipes. You can input water, we can get hydrogen and oxygen, or you input brine, which we'll get into probably in a few episodes time, where that extract hydrogen and chlorine, and you can use them. So what we need to start with is water. So I'm just going to make, hopefully if I've got everything I need, should have enough, an aqueous accumulator, because that's one of the better ways to get water, or the easiest anyway. So I'll just make this very quickly. Tin gears, iron strap. I don't know if I've got a lot of tin. Well, yeah, no, I did go mining for tin because I knew I was going to need some. Oh, probably need two of them, don't we? Let's just get 4 more tin. Okay. Bucket and a pneumatic. I don't know if that was set up for. Probably got what I need. Oh, no glass. I think this is the recipe. Yep, there we go. And we have a bucket. So, what am I missing? Oh, 2 more glass. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to knock this down, because you have to feed this in a very specific way. So basically the water comes in this side. Well, basically you can see, so you've got water in here. I think it comes in there anyway, actually. We'll have to try. So you have 2 outs as well. Maybe that's out. Maybe the water comes in the back. Well, it might even come in underneath, actually. No, it doesn't look like it comes in underneath. Let's have a go anyway. So if we just plonk that down there and just get a bit of water, give it a helping hand. Okay, and we should somewhere have have some. I might have actually used them. Let's just get some fluid ducts. That's just lead and copper, isn't it? Should have plenty. I only need a couple. So let's just see where. Okay, so I put that in the back. That's fine. So that's feeding that. Somewhere we've got to get power into this as well. So what else are we going to need? Is mechanism. We need some gas pipes. I haven't made any gas pipes before. Where are they? I can't remember what they're called, otherwise I'd search for them. They're the gas tanks. Here they are. Right, so these are the electric cables. Then we have mechanical pipe, pressurised pipe, which is the one we want. So that's just steel and glass. Okay, well that's not too bad. We'll just make 6 for now. So we put one there. So that'll take the oxygen out and pump it into there. And I'm going to put one there because I want that to go somewhere else. Because basically, what I want to just quickly build is a gas burning generator, which shouldn't be too tricky to build, hopefully. Well, I might have to just put this down again. Just want a few more enriched alloys, I think. Okay, yes, just want 2 more. We should have 1 more. I think I can do that very quickly. 1 casing for that should give us everything we need for that. So this thing needs 90 RF per tick, right? And the gas burning generator kicks out 90 RF per tick. So what I wanted to do was, if possible, I might just see if I can move this. If I can I turn that? I wonder if I can feed that in from the bottom. Let's see. Okay, so let's just get some basic, some of this voltage. Right. Okay. So it looks like we're all pretty much ready to go. So the way this is going to work, this is going to use oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is going to go into the gas burning generator, and that's going to power it. So I just need to give it a bit of a kickstart and hook it up to my mains. And that should be enough. That's taking more hydrogen than it's using. So that's taking the water, and that's filling that up with oxygen, and that should start getting a buffer very quickly. There we go. See, we're just starting to get the oxygen in there now, and the hydrogen is starting to build up in there. So this thing's kicking out. Well, it's actually saying it's producing 45 RF per tick. How much? Yeah, that's not going the quickest. See, that says max output 90. I don't know how you increase it. I was hoping that that would power that. But it seems to be okay. We're getting more oxygen than we're using, so let's just take some more. Let's take this gold, shall we? So if we dump a gold in there, that will start using the oxygen, and that should make 3 gold clumps. So let's just turn that off. And if we look at these, all have colours. So you've got blue, purple, green, red, and they correspond to here. So red's the top input, blue, dark blue's output. And we also want to just turn on auto eject. Okay. So this, we just want to make this one dark blue and turn on auto eject. Oh no, beg my pardon, not dark blue. We want to make that red. There we go. So now that's taken the gold clumps and give them a good old pounding. It is quite a noisy mod, I won't deny. Not sure how you get more power out of that. Don't know if I can pipe it in that side as well. Should we try? Not that one. If you put it in more inputs, that'll get more power. Should we have a look? I would quite like it to be self-sustaining. I'm still saying 45, and there is a bit of a buffer there. So if anyone's got any ideas why that's not kicking out 90 RF, let me know. But the only other thing, you can dump it actually. You can just dump the hydrogen or the oxygen if you're not using it. So we just need to make sure that's on dark red. Okay, and that's then doing that, and that's cooking it into gold, and we should get the gold up here very quickly. There we go. Excellent. So now we're tripling the walls. Very slowly. I need to do a bit of research on that. That should be kicking out a bit more than that. Okay, well, I think I might end the episode here. It's only a bit of a quick one really, just to explain why I haven't done many episodes lately, and just to get going. But we will eventually quadruple our ores and quintuplet it, or whatever it's called, for 5 times ores. I think that's going to be good fun getting that down going. And that's part of the reason I chose the dune biome, because the brine desalination tower needs a warm climate, and I'll explain that as we get to it. But I'm going to leave it here and let that do, and maybe get some more windmills. And until next time, take care.